A week ago, Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi caused a scene at Africa's Heads of State Summit in a confrontation with one of his aides. He was supposed to go into a different hall where other presidents were waiting for him to start, but his protocol people led him to the wrong room. When he discovered this, he turned to his aide and slapped him twice on both cheeks. This is a common reaction for the self-proclaimed King of Kings. Muammar al-Gaddafi has been leader of Libya since 1969, when a small group of junior military officers he led staged a bloodless overthrow against King Idris I, the current king of Libya, while he was at a Greek resort for medical treatment. Once in power, Gaddafi turned Libya into a haven for anti-Western radicals, where any group supposedly could receive weapons and financial assistance, provided they claimed to be fighting imperialism. During this time, he ordered the expulsion of Italians. Trying to correct this, over 30 years later, he invited over 500 Italians to a villa in Rome. Being Italian wasn't enough, though. You had to be a woman. You had to be attractive. You had to be at least 5'7", between the ages of 18 and 35. And if you weren't, you weren't allowed into the door and turned away by personal opinion, then you couldn't come back. In my opinion, the lucky ones were turned away, because inside they were given nothing to eat, nothing to drink, and made to listen to Gaddafi preach about Islamic practice. It was stated that he did pay the ones whom attended. Today, I'm going to persuade you to view Gaddafi for what he really is: a coward whom curbs his actions based on fear, a liar that tries to act innocent and cover up horrific acts, and a criminal funding and orchestrating terrorism. When doing research on this speech for Gaddafi, I came across a timeline. Since 1969 to current day, this is a list in chronological order of all the acts that he's committed, all the crimes he's committed. The list keeps going. With only a single crime, we should all question, why is Gaddafi still in power? How can a man with so many crimes rule a country? He has been trying to convince other African countries to join him in the United States of Africa, where he shall rule. Using his oil and his money, he has swayed some countries that lack strong economy to thrive, but the most established African countries still remain resistant. The bombing of Pan Am 103 in December of 1988 was a massacre, killing all 259 people aboard, including 189 U.S. citizens, 11 on the ground, all which could not have occurred without Gaddafi's authorization, yet he is still free. He let his intelligence officer take the blame, and later he paid the families of the victims. Is this the new trend of terrorism? Kill people, take lives, then write a check. How can people just forget, stand by, and let this man rule? Who gives the authority to take away mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, gone in an instant? We are aware of what happened. Terrorism was committed. But to the self-proclaimed King of Kings, he's above it all. The Pan Am bombing is just one notch in Gaddafi's belt. There are countless more strange disappearances and killings. For example, Musa al-Sadr quickly became one of the most prominent advocates for the Shiite population of Lebanon. Musa was appointed as the first head of the Supreme Islamic Shiite Council. He established a number of schools and medical clinics throughout southern Lebanon, a country where my father was born. In August 1978, al-Sadr and two companions departed Libya to meet with government officials. The three were never heard from again. It is widely believed Gaddafi ordered Sadr's killing. Some others have reported that he remains secretly in jail in Libya. Al-Sadr's disappearance continues to be a major dispute between Lebanon and Libya. According to Iranian General Mansour Qadar, the head of Syrian security, Rifat al-Assad, told the Iranian ambassador of Syria that Gaddafi was planning to kill al-Sadr. On August 27, 2008, Gaddafi was indicted by the government of Lebanon for al-Sadr's disappearance. This brings me back to my question: why is he still in power? If what I've stated isn't enough to convince you that Gaddafi is as egocentric and as dangerous as it gets, take this last example into consideration. Gaddafi declares holy war on Switzerland, a landlocked country, a country which has been at peace for over 200 years now. The backstory on this is that Hannibal Gaddafi, his son, was arrested in a Switzerland hotel and charged with assaulting a member of the staff. He was detained for 2 days before being released, but in protest, Libya cut oil supplies to Switzerland, withdrew billions of dollars from Swiss bank accounts, and arrested 2 Swiss businessmen working in the North African country. In fact, Hannibal had beaten a hotel maid with a belt and a hanger. Like father, like son. That's all I have to say. In conclusion, Gaddafi is a terrorist and a criminal. He commits crimes against humanity and dumps the blame anywhere but himself. Libya is a country that cannot fully thrive or function to its potential when he is in charge. And we should not believe or trust anything he says. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.